All right, we're here in Smithfield as the Salle Rams playing host to the Moses Brown Quakers. A huge game as these two teams stand the same amount of points, same record this season. Here in the penultimate game of the regular season for both these two teams. Starting lineups for Moses Brown first, and it's Joe Majira who had the game-winning goal here in the Moses Brown trip here a few months ago. In the first game of the season against Smithfield, Anthony Feedy, who's leading goal scorer on this team. Will Carosi also up there in goal scoring. He's been great all year. The junior, Cam Simon, the sophomore, there defensively. And Jeffrey Larson rounding it out in net. It is Alan Jaffe here in a huge game for Moses Brown tonight.
And now the starting lineup for your LaSalle Rams.
Here's LaSalle's starting lineup.
At left wing, sophomore, number 18, Shane Goodrow.
Shane Goodrow, who's been spectacular this season, the sophomore.
At center, sophomore, number 10, Cam Omacholi.
Cam Omacholi, we saw him score 2 goals against Smithfield on Wednesday afternoon.
At right wing, junior, number 9, Quinn Peterson.
And Quinn Peterson, who had 3 assists the other day as well in that matchup.
Number 3, freshman Luca Marengi.
Marengi, another 2-goal scorer. Him and Omacholi each scored twice in the win against Smithfield the other day. And Tyler Garofalo, the captain of this team, rounds out the skaters. In net here tonight is Aaron Elves Thomas, who got his 6th start of the year in league play and try to win a huge game for LaSalle as it's national anthem time here in Smithfield. All right, Moses Brown and Smithfield about to commence. Both these two teams heading into today's game with an 8-4 league record. Both with 16 points on the season. Winner will take that 3rd place spot for now, as they will also, each of these two teams, play again tomorrow. Moses Brown playing host to Smithfield on their senior night. LaSalle with their senior night tomorrow night as well against Pilgrim. As we're here from Smithfield, Tim Duffy on the call here tonight for Fans Only Sports Network. You see all the action on our Instagram at FO Sports for highlights across the league, and also our website, fansonlysports.com, to watch on demand. This game brought to you by Iron and Steel Threads, who's on a mission to bring the game of ice hockey to more people and communities across the nation. They create products to help share their love for hockey and also donate a portion of every sale to make youth hockey accessible to more families. Go to ironsteelthreads.com and use coupon code FOSports10. That's all caps, FOSPORTZ10, to get 10% off of your next purchase. So, game time here in Smithfield. Maybe the biggest game in Division I here tonight. The Rams and the Quakers. And a little bit of a delay with the opening face-off here. And this time, no delay. We're all set, ready to go. Carosi gets it first for Moses Brown. Garofalo ripped it away. It's Simon trying to get it down the ice and nobody home. It's Merengue now. Cross ice, Anthony Feedy trying to box out and get it back. Carosi keeps in the zone here, and it's tipped down low by Majira. This one will find its way back in the neutral zone, and Carosi lost his footing, ends up getting the puck back after getting up with Gaudreau eyeing it down for LaSalle, who gets this first shot of the game from distance. Merengue took it from the point that time, and it is saved. First save of the game for Alan Jaffe, who has started every game this season in league play for Moses Brown. He's won 8 of them, 8-4 on the year. And 40 seconds in this game, we already have our first shot on goal. LaSalle, this is their 3rd of 4th home games this week. They saved them all for the very end of the year. Here's a long shot tipped towards the net by Axel Da Silva. Goes wide of the mark. And albeit a couple games were postponed, that Smithfield game moved from Saturday to Wednesday, and the Prout game that they actually lost and were shut out in for the first time by a league opponent in 4 years was originally scheduled in December and then moved to earlier this week on Tuesday. This one goes in the Moses Brown bench. Bring the puck back to this side. Face off. J.D. Plant and Travers on the face off. And getting the puck is Slack. Slack entering the zone. This one will get tipped by a Quaker and ends up getting back to Jaffe. And that's a push and shoving early between Slack and it looks like Simon or Proul. I can't tell if that's 22 or 23, but not even 70 seconds into this game, we already have some arms extending and some emotions running, and it's the freshman Cameron Slack who is trying to get the intensity going early for LaSalle. Face off, and it's going to be slapped back to the blue line here and tipped up. Backhand turnover by Trip Peterson. Now here's Joe Majira. Misses that one off to the left just a little bit. Carosi angles back through in the corner. This one's loose. Feedy gets the shot off somehow on the backhander and misses just to the left side of the net. Taken back by Devin Mora for LaSalle. Peterson looking to get through traffic. Gaudreau got his pocket picked there by Matt Azevedo. Rather, it was Feedy. And comes all the way back to the other side of the ice. Now hold on to it. 13 minutes to go here in the first period. Defender falls down for the Moses Brown. Centering pass, the shot got blocked. It was Tucker Corbury who had a chance to open this thing up with a bang. And a good block that time on the shot. That was Azevedo there who makes the big defensive play and gets it back here for Moses Brown. And now it's Feedy trying to get through some traffic, cannot. Luca Merengue has it near side. Merengue coming down the ice. Moses Brown on the move now. It's Martish. Gets around one. Martish working on Peterson in the corner. Puts it back in the other corner, this time for Tyler Smith. And trying to get through the slot there, but unable to. It's Andrew, and that shot got saved by Alves Thomas. Tyler Smith was the shot taker there, and it's the first save of the game for Aaron Alves Thomas. Finney ran to a wall at center ice. Andrian laid the boom on him that time. Here is Smith. This one back to the point. Long look. This is off the mark for Simon. Just to the right side of the net. Andrian trying to put it down low and can't. Mora gets it back for LaSalle. Tucker Corbury crossing the blue line. Corbury trying to get through some traffic. And Larson was all over it for Moses Brown. The Quaker faithful cheering to our right after that play. Travers going down the far side. Merengue and Plant eyeing him down the corner. And Plant will look to reset here for LaSalle. Fight for it here against the boards. Taken back by Carosi. Carosi trying to get through traffic and does. Gets past Mora and got the shot saved. Alves Thomas got a piece of it. And it was saved. No goals, despite a couple of good chances. One from each of these two teams so far. A huge hit against the boards. De Silva laid a shoring hit on Cam Souza that time. Bethune get it back down the ice. Carosi tries to feed Feedy down there, and Garofalo the only one in the area. Here's Plant crossing the blue line. Plant trying to get by one, puts it inside, and nobody home. Larson was the only one there for Moses Brown. Now an off-balance shot from long range by De Silva. Skips off to the right side of the net. Back in the corner it goes. As we're nearly 5 minutes into this first period, this is flipped down the ice. And Larson gets back to it for the Quakers. First one there, though, is a Ram. It's Gaudreau trying to find the middle there, and he ends up putting it back way into his own zone. Mora wins the race. Mora trying to get by Cam Martish and having a tough time doing so here. This one back up top. Simon, cross ice. Larson shot saved. And will get deflected into the netting behind Alves Thomas there, but Moses Brown picking up some rhythm offensively here, which they didn't do at all. The first time these two teams met, it was a 3-0 shutout. The first time the two squads linked up. LaSalle getting the victory there at Mina Auditorium at Brown University. January 5th. Here's a shot here on the move from Gaudreau. Gets saved and poked back in the corner. Long range. Mora takes it. Mora in out of the glove of Jaffe that time. Peterson trying to get it back for the Rams, and now Omacholi getting some work in there. Pearson helping out, but they can't get by Simon. Rather, Grayson Proulx, the freshman. Proulx up to Martish. Martish cross ice. Here comes Tyler Smith. Smith gets sat down by Devin Mora. Could not get through the senior captain there. Andrian gets it back though. Smith down low. Smith back up top. They give it to Bethune now. Bethune got that one blocked by Peterson. It looked like on its way to the net, which was on target. And it will go out of play again. 8:48 to go here in the first period between LaSalle and Moses Brown. That was the only time Moses Brown was shut out this year in league play, was against the Rams. Here's a shot on right off the face-off from Cam Souza, and it got skipped off to the left side of the net. Now this one loose in the neutral zone again and sent back down the ice by Cole Paller. And first one there is Garofalo for the Rams. Garofalo up ahead, and that's going to be iced. Could not get it up to Cam Slack, and it's rather Cooper Mata actually. And it will be iced. And Mata and Goodwin both getting a shift right there. You don't see them all too often for LaSalle, but they get in early in the first half of this first period. Simon, back in the neutral zone it goes. Simon kicks over to Larson, off the stick this time of Majira, and it'll be Garofalo who will get it back in his own zone for LaSalle. Fight for it here to Silva, flips it down the ice, and it's in out of the glove of Simon that time, who's been everywhere defensively here in the first period. For Moses Brown, a big hit against the boards. Omacholi and Simon were both on their knees at one point. Simon still can't get up, doesn't have a stick either. And now we'll get back up to Silva. Back up top to Marengi. LaSalle possesses in the offensive zone now. Marengi gives it up. Majira. And now Carosi. Carosi's shot got blocked. Stride for stride with Will Carosi was Tyler Garofalo. Captain on captain right there. Plant could not get by Carosi. And they give it up instead to Pierce Andrian. And here is Andrian with some space to move. Andrian going left side, cuts in the middle there, and Merengue was all over it. Smith centering pass, looking for Martish, not going to get there. Andrian back over to Smith. Smith gets it back. Here's a good look for Andrian, and he found that loose puck right in front of the net. And it got blocked, and De Silva was the playmaker there for LaSalle. Still a scoreless game here, 8 minutes into this one. Mora surveys and gives it back up. And they give it right back. Mora did not touch it, and they actually say no icing though, and here is Mora. He's able to work by Pierce Andrian. Mora moving backwards here to Trip Peterson. This one up ahead, and it's going to be sent back behind the net. Grayson Proul up to Smith. Smith. Here's Andrian. Garofalo down the ice. This one's off the stick of Tucker Corbury, and the first one will track it down is Souza. Souza spins away from a couple of defenders there. Up ahead to Jack Travers. Travers, who's actually the captain, I correct myself, after calling Carosi it earlier. Travers down the ice, centering pass. Bethune gets it back, high slot. Now they defer. This one, the shot from Souza got tipped on its way to the net, and Souza will get it back here in the corner this time. This one's loose and taken back by Tyler Garofalo. This one into no man's land, and the first one will get there is Carlson. Turn it back over to Omacholi. Omacholi centering pass for Gaudreau. It gets by him. And now we'll find Devin Mora at center ice. Mora could not get by Will Carosi, and Carosi takes it back. Carosi lost the handle. Moses Brown keeps in the offensive zone here with Feedy, trying to find Majira at the slot, and gets by him as well. The passing from the Quakers not on point up to this point. Peterson's shot in transition gets saved, scooped off the ice by Alan Jaffe. As we are inside the final 5 minutes of this opening period, and Moses Brown only 6 shots on goal in the first period. The first time these two teams played. Looking to get some good action here. They've been pretty decent offensively. Just except their passing. They've created opportunities, and they just cannot get by the number 1 scoring defense in Rhode Island. Here's Quinn Peterson backtracking for this one way down the ice, and it's going to get called for icing before he can race up to it. And you saw the senior put on the Jets right there, the junior, excuse me, and he could not win the race. This one launched down the ice for J.D. Plant, looking to get by. Plant gives it up in the middle for De Silva, and a great play made by Souza. And here is Souza leading the break. Souza gets it here, and this one gets swatted away by Alves Thomas. As that puck entered into the crease momentarily. De Silva at center ice, going to race right through Broadway there, and then got it blocked. Smith turns it back over to Garofalo, and Andrian will win the race and the strength to get that puck before Garofalo could on the little box out there. Here's Grayson Proul down the ice. Proul off his mitt, and he turns it over. De Silva with a chance, and Proul almost a crucial mistake from the freshman. That shot got on goal and it got saved. The rebound not going to happen. It was Gaudreau took the shot. Plant was coming in there to try to get a piece of it and unable to do so. 3.5 minutes now. Salle winning the face-off and trying to make something happen. And this has been a defensive slugfest between these two teams here in the first period. I mentioned LaSalle, best scoring defense in Division I, just 16 goals allowed in 12 games, which is just a crazy number. Really the first time in a while LaSalle has been a defense-first team with some of the rosters they've had over the years. Moses Brown just 5th of 8 in scoring defense this season, and some outliers in there as well, but they got to bring their best defense to stay on par with LaSalle's. Here's Majira racing near side. Majira got shoved on his way through. Anthony Feedy trying to get a shot off and does from a tough angle. Got on net somehow. Simon puts it back down low. Feedy off the carom on the boards. Here's Andrian's shot. Oh, it got blocked again. How about this stick work from these defenders? Omacholi did the damage that time. For LaSalle getting the block, but neither of these two squads, it looks like, can get a clean shot on goal. I mean, there's bodies everywhere in both of these teams' defensive zones. As LaSalle winning the faceoff, and now here's Declan Finney up to Corbury. Corbury coming near side. Corbury trying to find Finney. Oh, he had it, and he just sailed it over the top of the net. And now on the other end, it's Carosi out of the pile with it. 2-on-2 with Majira. He tries to get it to him, and Corbury was able to get there to deflect it, and he lost his stick as well. Now a loose puck in the corner here. That one off the mark. Callaghan will get it back far side, and Callaghan to Finney. Finney trying to get around the corner. That one gets saved. Garofalo dances with it, takes it. This one way too tall and hits the top of the glass right there. Now here's Tyler Smith, and Smith Garofalo able to get it back for LaSalle. Slack, Bethune trying to get there as Plant, and then Slack does instead. Here is Plant now. Plant dancing with it, puts it in the corner, trying to get there as Slack and De Silva, and it's going to bounce on this side somehow. A minute to go here in the first period in a scoreless opening 14 minutes. Can it end with a bang? We'll find out. And that's going to get iced. Just need a line change there. Michael Wilkes icing it that time. 49.1 seconds to go here in the first period. Face-off is won by LaSalle. Garofalo takes it from long range and gets it into the corner. It's going to spin over to Merengue, the top of the right side circle there. And now Carosi trying to fight for it. Garofalo laid a clean hit to get it back for LaSalle. And then Carosi laying a little shoulder pad at Garofalo as a result, taking exception to that hit. 25 seconds left in the period as Alice Thomas will cover up, and then some shoving again afterwards. Merengue came in there at the end. He's still going. And Anthony Feedy. Carosi, though, was the one who laid the hit first. Referee shaking his head a little bit. Someone's going to the box here. And it's going to be Carosi along with Garofalo, both for roughing. So Garofalo and Carosi both in for 2 minutes. And it's the first penalties of the game coming with 26 seconds to go in the period. There were 3 penalties in the first period the last time these two teams met, and I guess we're right back on pace after those two. So that shot from Larson just off to the side of the net. Was looking for a rebound there and couldn't get it. Larson gets back to it though. Andrian. Final 15 seconds in the first period from Smithfield. As two of the stars of these teams Enter the penalty box. Stays 5-on-5 though. Gaudreau sends it down the ice, and that's the way the first period is going to end. Scoreless game here in Smithfield. It's 0 for LaSalle, 0 for Moses Brown here in a huge matchup to determine the number 3 team in Rhode Island at the end of the night in Division 1. So Prout has the 1 seed locked up. Hendricken has the 2 as well. This game brought to you once again by Iron and Steel Threads, who's on a mission to bring the game of ice hockey to more people and communities across the nation. They create products that help share their love for hockey and also donate a portion of every sale to making youth hockey accessible to more families. Go to ironsteelthreads.com and use coupon code FOSports10 to get 10% off of your next purchase. And if you're on your iPhone, go to the Instagram app, and give them a follow at Iron Steel Threads. See the logo right there on our scoreboard. As period 2 about to begin, we'll take a little break, about 30 seconds until second begins. Second period action, LaSalle and Moses Brown. And we're off. A scoreless first between the two teams, and neither of these two teams really known for scoring this season. Moses Brown sitting at 6th. And this one's loose, and Jaffe gets on top of it. LaSalle sitting at 4th in goals scored in Division 1 this year. Tucker Corbury scored the only goal in the first period the first time these two teams met. And none here in Smithfield in the second matchup between these two teams this season. So 14 league games for each Division 1 team, 8 teams, so that means each team plays each other twice. There's a long shot from Corbury, save, rebound, also saved, it's trying to get slapped down, and Slack had a great chance on the follow, but Jaffe was in there both times for Moses Brown, and now Andrian got shoved from behind by Plants, no call. Just a reminder, Garofalo and Carosi both still in the box for roughing. Here's Trip Peterson down the ice. De Silva trying to get it back down low, and does. De Silva got his pocket picked. Cam Souza made the play there to get it back for Moses Brown. Andrian gets it up to Joe Majira. Majira takes it left side. That one is saved. It's a good glove save there by Aaron Thomas. And Joe Majira, he's not really afraid of the big moments here in Smithfield. We saw him in the first game of the year back on December 13th. Score the game winner, first league game of the year against Smithfield, a game winner in overtime in a game where the Quakers were down a goal with 7 minutes left. Carosi got the game tire, and then Majira the winner, and the Quakers look at again another magical trip to Smithfield this time around. Travers laid a huge hit on Shane Gaudreau and gets it back here. Here's the captain for the Quakers, Jack Travers, down the far side, and could not get through the traffic there. Omacholi take it back for LaSalle. Omacholi now on the other end, as the defensive slugfest resumes here in Smithfield. Now it's Rory Merritt, the senior, and he puts it down low, and just going to put that one up ahead for LaSalle to take back here. Off the stick of Omacholi that time, and Simon down the ice. First one back to it is Dylan Slack. Here's Sullivan up to Henry Goodwin, who flips it down the ice, and They say no icing that time either. Simon gets it down there again. Two and a half minutes into this second period as we flip sides as well. And this is going to be blown dead here. An icing call against the Quakers. Just over a dozen to go here before intermission. Pretty fast-paced game up to this point as well. And it always is when you have no goals on the board. As Moses Brown, they got to see some of the girls from their school play in the game before this. Smithfield Coventry Moses Brown Co-op girls team getting a 10-0 win right before this game on the ice. So trying to make it 2-0 in Smithfield are the Quakers as Finney tries to hold it down in the corner, and it's ripped away by a Quaker. That was Feedy who gives it right back to Declan Finney. Majira going down the far side. Here's Majira, and he could not get by Devin Mora there. Tucker Corbury against the boards. Here's Declan Finney now, and he gets shoved down. A good defensive play from Bethune. Souza flips it down the ice, and Mora able to get it back. Mora here, the captain, gives it up. Back to Moses Brown. Souza. Oh, that almost was a too many. That should have been too many men on the ice, it looked like. But no call there. I think the LaSalle player who went on the bench got on it before J.D. Plant could get a stick on it coming right off the bench. You know, we saw the theme of the week in hockey in the U.S. right now is, you know, no calls for too many men on the ice. As many people believe Canada had a lot of them last night. Here's Travers. Gets it back in the corner here. Travers trying to feed it to somebody. Can't. Simon, rather Martish. Helping out from behind that time was Paller, and Paller gets it back in the left wing. Simon, or Martish, getting through the slot. Martish takes it, save, and it did it go in? Yes, it did! It was spinning on the end line, and Cam Martish, by a hair, makes this a 1-0 game for Moses Brown. For his second goal of the season, his first in league play this season. Just barely got over the line there. You saw it was taking its sweet time getting across for the official. One nothing lead for Moses Brown. It took them quite a while to get something against LaSalle this season. That's their first goal against the Rams. It took them just under 5 periods, just over 64 minutes of game time, but they have their first lead against LaSalle this season. Rams trying to answer. Carosi takes it back though. And you heard all the Moses Brown fans, probably not on our mic, but we heard it here. Shoot it! And they had a lot of zone time there. Their first good look was cut from Martish, and he gets the Quakers the first score of the game. That's icing against Moses Brown. The spacing there wasn't great either for Moses Brown, but Martish able to make something happen there. The sophomore, maybe the biggest goal of his high school career up to this point. He only had one this season across league and non-league play. Gets his second of the year on that one. And LaSalle trying to make a move here. It is Merengue, the left wing circle. He's going to get that one on net. And Gaudreau back down low, up top. Garofalo. Omacholi. Peterson, and he turns that one over back to Gaudreau. Omacholi got tripped up, and there is no call. And the LaSalle bench Wanted a whistle, not going to get one there. However, it finds Gaudreau back at center ice. Gaudreau steps into it. That one blocked. Stays on the ice, and it's poked back onto the near side here to Silva. That one over the top of the net there. Sullivan tried to get Plant that time and could not get it to him. This one is free. Hits the post for Plant. Still alive in front of the net. And Larson out of the pile. Able to get the first stick on it here for the Quakers. Resetting now is Ty Lehman. He finds Plant. Plant trying to make a play on Simon, and Simon was step for step with the dancing J.D. Plant there. De Silva keeps in the offensive zone here. Lehman shot blocked. Lehman back down low for De Silva. De Silva behind the net. Plant. Sullivan steps into it. This one is tipped. And now it'll be Cole Paller who just ices this one. 8:15 to go in the second. The Quaker faithful next to us, they are vocal. They are excited to be here, I'll tell you that. And this can be a big difference maker. LaSalle, their student section, where are they tonight? They're always so active. And you know, they were here on a Wednesday afternoon at 1 o'clock against Smithfield the other day. Or I think that was actually the Sentinel student section. But there were definitely LaSalle students here too. And you know, usually they're pretty active, but not in a huge game like this. Nowhere to be seen. And the Quaker parents are really serving as their own student section right now. Martish. They turn it over. Back to Nick Rihanna. Rihanna to Corbury. Corbury on net. This one is saved and covered up by Jaffe. Martish. Face-off won by the Quakers. Martish puts it back down low, and Devin Moore the only one there for LaSalle. This one from Moore going to go past the headed man Rihanna and taken back by Cam Souza here. As we are halfway through this game, it is a 1-0 Quaker lead with 7.5 minutes to go here in the second period, and counting down now. Souza, Andrian off his stick, and Souza will get it back here. Souza, nobody home on that pass. Back over to Azevedo, and Garofalo gets there first. Here's Garofalo. Sends this one down the ice. It was, I guess, saved by Jaffe. You got a piece of it. And Carosi, now numbers here for Moses Brown, and they just cannot make anything happen there, but Majira able to recover. Over to Matt Azevedo. Azevedo. And Marengi able to get it back for LaSalle. Omacholi, high slot, takes the shot. Got blocked. Gaudreau on the backhand rebound shot. Still alive for Omacholi. And oh my goodness, it's still free. This whistle is not blown yet. And then it gets sent all the way down the ice. And it looked like Azevedo, I believe, may have put his hand on that puck as a non-goaltender. And what a save from Moses Brown. What a defensive stop. Here's Travers on the other end. 6 minutes to play. Travers back up top. Larson trying to get it back to Travers there. Instead, it will be Rory Merritt trying to get it in the corner. This one back up in the neutral zone for Simon. And it'll be J.D. Plant now. Skips it over to Marengi. Simon takes a big hit against the boards there. And it's sent back down the ice by Dylan Slack. Jaffe out of the net. We got a stick on it there. Here's Larson. Coming near side, Larson. That's going to be offsides against Moses Brown. Only the second offsides we've seen from either team today. It's usually you see more up to this point, but not here. .5:19 to go. Before intermission, it's been a great game so far. Just defensively, a masterclass for both these two teams up to this point, but especially Moses Brown, who is looking to shut out LaSalle for the second time this week. It would be their second shutout if they can't score in this game. But here's De Silva trying to answer back. De Silva gets thrown into his own bench that time. Still no power plays up to this point. So it's been defensive and disciplined here in this game. Bethune trying to find Martish, the goal scorer, and Plant takes it back in the offensive zone. It's going to skip its way towards the net somehow. And Alves Thomas will cover that one up. Long shot over the top of the net there. Finney trying to get there, couldn't. 4.5 to go. It's back up for Devin Moore, who got it blocked again. Carosi, I think that hit off his back that time. And it's going to be Azevedo who will reset here for Moses Brown. Carosi leaves it for Anthony Feedy. Hits it off the wall and down the ice. Peterson trying to reset the possession there. Majira takes it back. Majira shot got blocked by Devin Moore, who got a piece of it that time. And Moore will get it back here behind the net. This one is swatted down by Feedy. And now here is Finney. His shot just over the glove of Alan Jaffe. Corbury trying to get it back to his man, but it's turned over. Here's Carosi instead. Carosi got it ripped away by Garofalo. Morengi, Corbury, Gaudreau sends that one down the ice, and it'll be the Quakers back on the push. Icing, no icing actually. He got deflected pretty clearly actually. And it's Gaudreau. Gonna leave it here for Omacholi. Omacholi coming near side, putting on the Jets. Gets by Travers. Omacholi got the shot off, and this is off to the left. Finds Morengi though. Omacholi trying to find a centering man there. Nobody was in the area. Got blocked anyways, but now Omacholi dancing with it again behind the net. Omacholi finds Gaudreau. That one's saved, and Jaffe covers up. Maybe the best look for LaSalle all period, and Alan Jaffe was ready for it that time. Another big save from the sophomore Alan Jaffe, who has been incredible this season. I mean, this Moses Brown team would not be the same without him. Only allowing 1.51 goals. That's his goal allowed average this season. One of the best in the state. On the other end, Mora trying to get it out of harm's way for LaSalle. Got a couple of blue jerseys in the area. Another Ram eating some ice that time. It was Corbury trying to get an offensive play that time and was unable to. Rather Peterson. Now here's Gaudreau. Got it ripped away by Souza. Flipped down the ice. Andrian trying to win the race to it. Mora and Andrian tangled up behind the net. 2 minutes left here in the second period. Hits off the board. Bethune at the point. We'll get to the circle here. Give it up. And not some great spacing there. Bethune and Smith were both in the area. Now Souza, right side, gives it up in the middle that time, and it is Smith getting it back. Souza from long range, and that one blocked by Tripp Peterson. 90 seconds left now in the second period. Now a lot of space here for Cam Souza. Souza centering pass, got a man Feedy off the stick, got the shot off, and it's blocked again. Devin Mora, Block City here in Smithfield between these two teams. Carosi got the shot off and got saved by Al's Thomas right in his chest that time. Whips it out of his glove with 68 seconds left here before intermission. Azevedo turns that one over. Carosi gets it back. Carosi trying to cross the blue line, and only white jersey there. De Silva got it out of the stick. Back to Azevedo. Majira. Centering pass here for Proul. Proul puts it back down low, and Garofalo in the area first. Merengue got to it. Slack. Proul at center right, so have a couple deflections. At the blue line, trying to get in the zone was Cole Wilson there and lost the handle. The senior did there. Here's Garofalo with 25 seconds and counting down. Garofalo looking for the equalizer before intermission. In the corner it goes. Garofalo. 10 seconds to go. De Silva at the circle. Gives it up. Merengue to beat the buzzer. Got blocked by Wilson. 3 seconds left, and Moses Brown is going to go into intermission with a 1-0 lead. They shut out LaSalle for 30 minutes here in a pivotal game in Division I. The Quakers looking to take the 3 seed here tonight with a win. We do have one more game for each of these two teams tomorrow. Like I said, we'll both have them here on Fans Only Sports Network. LaSalle taking on Pilgrim and their senior night tomorrow night, and then Moses Brown will play Smithfield at Lynch Arena for their senior night. This might be the real senior night here in this one. LaSalle and Moses Brown in a classic 1-0 lead for the Quakers entering the third. Here, this game brought to you one more time by Iron and Steel Threads, who's on a mission to bring the game of ice hockey to more people and communities across the nation. They create products to help share their love for hockey and also donate a portion of every sale to make youth hockey accessible to more families across the nation. Go to ironsteelthreads.com and use coupon code FOSports10 to get 10% off of your next purchase. So we will be back for the final 15 minutes here on Fans Only Sports Network. Moses Brown with a 1-0 lead here from Smithfield. All right, one more period. 15 more minutes to decide. In all likelihood, who's going to take that third seed here in the state of Rhode Island Division I high school playoff landscape. Tim Duffy bringing you back here for period number 3. LaSalle being shut out at home up to this point. Moses Brown, they 1-0 lead behind the Cam Martish goal, and they're looking to close it out. Get a big win over the Rams. Garofalo down the ice. Larson catches that one back in the air, puts it back down. Moses Brown has not beaten LaSalle in 4 years. Looking to do it here. Feedy. This one is turned over. And that's going to be offside against the Quakers. First stoppage of clock coming 26 seconds into this third period. Rangi takes it on the move. That one upstairs and over the top of the net. And it's going to find Alice Thomas, and Martis ran into him at the end of the play. Inadvertently, it looked like. No ill will, it looked like there, and Plant and Feedy on the face-off. Bethune gonna get it right off the tip for the Quakers. So looking to go up 2 scores. Here's Bethune! Oh, we had a chance on the pass from Feedy. Bethune looking for his first goal of the year in league play. Couldn't get it there. And it was a great chance. That's gonna be a hand pass against Moses Brown that time. And it's gonna come back onto the Quaker zone after that one. Minute 4 seconds into the period. Carosi looking to lunge for that one, couldn't. Here's Souza coming down the near side. Souza got ripped away by Devin Mora. LaSalle has not been scoreless up to this point at any game this season except for against Prout on Tuesday. As you know, despite not having the best scoring offense this year, still averaging over 3 goals per game. They've had not even close to that type of success here this week at all. The third of 4 games, maybe fatigue is catching back up to them. And it couldn't have waited till a worse time for Moses Brown. So LaSalle rather, Andrian. Gives it up, and Smith is shot got blocked on the other end. Here's J.D. Plant, 2-on-1. And Moses Brown players catching up to it right there. It was Proul out there defensively. Now a battle for it against the boards. Sent down the ice. Proul will get back to it here. Gives it up to Azevedo, and Smith lost it. This one sent down there by Tucker Corbury. Long shot is going to get hit off the board, and Jaffe will put it back into play for Azevedo. Smith. This one got on net, and it'll be saved and covered up by Alan Jaffe. Moses Brown, they have shut out 2 teams this season. Burrillville last Saturday, they beat them 5-0 in Burrillville. And both games they played against Prout resulted in a shot. The first time they shot them out 1-0. Here's the second try, and they got shut out the second time 2-0, the score of that one. Moses Brown trying to push it down the ice. Here's Cole Paller back in the corner. Travers couldn't get it on the deflection from him there. And Gaudreau will flip this one into the neutral zone here. We'll find Larson. Larson trying to give it up. Couldn't at first. Domacholi dances with it, and this one gets blocked and goes into the Quaker bench with 11:35 to go here in the third. Coming near side, Majira. Majira takes it, save, rebound, oh, not gonna go. Carosi trying to feed this one inside and couldn't. Bethune sends it down there. It's gonna go into the corner off the boards and trying to get it off the back of the net this time, and it'll be covered up at the end of the play by Alves Thomas here with 11 minutes on the dot remaining in the third period. Moses Brown trying to get through traffic. Oh, and Marnish had a chance. Turned it over instead. This one is tipped around the neutral zone, and Plant will spin have some trouble there. Sends it down the ice, and it'll be Souza who will have to reset. Trying to get it back up, and there's a lot of congestion here. Smith got three Quakers racing after it. Now they set it up inside for Marnish, and he couldn't get it down on the pass from Souza. Andrian couldn't race up to it either that time. Grayson Proul gives it up back to Souza. Final 10 minutes of action here in Smithfield. Souza feeds it back up top to Andrian. Andrian at the circle, gives it up inside. Oh, Smith whiffed on it. Andrian again. Backhand shot, did it squeak in? Yes, it did. For Cole Wilson. 2 goals, and they're both by guys who haven't scored all year long. Wilson, the senior, with his first of the year, and the Quakers are up 2-0 here in Smithfield. Unbelievable. With 9:52 left, they had a hot start to the third period, and it gets even hotter there with a go-ahead goal. Now LaSalle really needs an answer. And they were shut out for the first time by a league opponent in 4 years against Prout on Tuesday. And it's looking like it could be the second time in a week here in 2025.
Quakers goal scored by number 15, Cole Wilson. Assisted by number 18, Michael Wilkes. And number 10, Cam Souza. Got a goal 5-0 in the third period. Once again, that's Wilson.
Slack, and Michael Wilkes getting the assist there along with Souza. This one, oh, it got on net and saved again by Jaffe, having the biggest game of maybe his high school career up to this point. This one at the circle, and they couldn't get it. Corbury gets it though. Corbury shot, got blocked right in front by Anthony Feedy. That's going to be iced by Moses Brown with 8:40 to go. So Moses Brown, with the win tonight, they will creep into the third spot in Division I. Like I mentioned, they're up 2-0, and it would match them up momentarily with Smithfield, who's in the 6th spot. They have that one clinched. LaSalle will have a matchup with Barrington, it looks like. Barrington, who's played all of their league games, will wait to see who they get in the playoffs, and it's likely going to come down to the rest of this game. Long-range look from Devin Moore and a spectacular save from Jaffe. Larson looking to reset right off the face-off. Referee has to jump over the puck there. That one, they're trying to get through traffic, and Wilson takes it back defensively here for the Quakers. Wilson gets through some traffic, and not for long as Gaudreau takes it away. Gaudreau gives it up, and it's turned back over. Cole Paller. Paller steps into it. That shot saved by Alice Thomas. He's let two by him tonight, and neither of them were pretty. I mean, the first one was off his body, and he couldn't recover it before it crossed the line. And then the last one right in front, thought he got a piece of it. It just barely got across for Cole Wilson, as we are over halfway through this final period now on Fans Only Sports Network. Garofalo will not get there first. Whiffed on it. Plant gets it up to Merengue. Up ahead to Axel De Silva. De Silva takes it. This one off the mark. That shot as well from Merengue got saved. And Alice Thomas will cover it up with 6:56 to play. As this game once again brought to you by Iron and Steel Threads, who's on a mission to bring the game of ice hockey to more people in communities across the nation. They create products to help share their love for hockey and also donate a portion of every sale to make youth hockey accessible to more families across America. Go to ironsteelthreads.com, use coupon code FOSports10 to get 10% off your next purchase, as this one gets iced again by LaSalle with their backs against the wall. So, that, like I mentioned, it's been 4 years since LaSalle was shut out by a Division I opponent here in Rhode Island. February of 2021 against Mount St. Charles. They lose 2-0 to Prout on Tuesday. Now they're down 2-0 with under 7 to play. And this is something that's going to be a point of emphasis before the postseason. That one saved off the face-off, but this LaSalle team has not looked the same this week. And you know, Pilgrim will try to come in here and spoil their senior night. They just won against Burrillville tonight, 4-2. But their senior night might already be spoiled if they lose this game, the way it's been going. And this one right in front for Smith. Couldn't get there before Merengue did. Merengue down the ice, and Plant. No icing here. Souza will win the race to it. Behind the net for Moses Brown. Bethune. They turn it over. Merengue puts it back in the corner here. Souza. Silva lays a big hit to get it back. Slack centering pass and nobody home. Thought he had a man in Plant or De Silva, and neither were there. This one's covered up off the limpy shot from Axel De Silva that time. With 6:05 to go. Alan Jaffe, what a performance this has been. This has been, you know, about as clutch as you can get down the stretch in a game that really matters for the playoff landscape here in Rhode Island. With these two teams tied with 16 points, and we're just probably looking to go up maybe definitively on them the rest of the year. Carosi entering the slot. Carosi takes it, and that one off the mark. This one gets slapped up in the air. And Carosi gets it back high slot. That one blocked by Corbury. Back in the corner it goes for Anthony Feedy, and Feedy turns it over. Finney will send it down the ice, and that is going to be an icing called again against LaSalle. Their second, about a couple of, like the last 90 seconds or so. Still no power plays here today. I mean, this has been a You know, surprisingly, with the stakes as high as they are, not as chippy as you'd expect. There was the double roughing call on Garofalo and Carosi earlier, in which they both went to the box to keep it a 5-on-5, and no penalties besides those two. So as a result, no power plays. Here's Wilson looking for number 2, and this one thought he had Travers. Didn't. A little bit too much on the pass. Azevedo will backpedal for it, though. This one got tipped and taken by Peterson, who turns it over. Grayson Proul. Proul up to Azevedo. Azevedo down the ice. And Sullivan, the first one there for LaSalle. Azevedo gets it back, though. And a big hit laid out by Sullivan on Cole Wilson. Laid the stick on him that time. Under 5 to go from Smithfield. Peterson off the stick. This will be no icing call. Proul will try to clear it and does a good job of doing so. LaSalle forced to reset. Lehman off the bench. Gaudreau. Cross ice to Quinn Peterson. Peterson going right. Sends it in the middle that time for Omacholi. It flies by him. Both those guys really quiet today despite the bangers they had on Wednesday. Rebound, shot, score. Gaudreau gets it to within 1 for LaSalle. And it's Shane Gaudreau's 3rd of the year here in Division I play. And there will be no shutout for Alan Jaffe and the Quakers. But will there be a clutch stand with 4:17 to go? We'll see. Shane Gaudreau gives LaSalle the life they were looking for. And puts the Rams on the board for the first time tonight. Took them about 41 minutes to do so, and they finally get it done. Mora down the ice. He's got Plant onside. J.D. Plant got it saved by Jaffe. A big-time save. There were 2 Quaker defenders there. Mora dropped it in the bucket that time, and Plant got it saved. .359 to play. On the plus side of the ice for LaSalle with the momentum until they lose it there. Carosi. The other direction. Carosi off balance. Hits the top of the glass. Majira looking to get the long rebound, and this gets sent behind the net, and Mora will get up to the Silva here. This one finds Carosi onside. He's got Majira out there as well and lost his footing. Lunging for that puck. Peterson. Tripped Peterson defensively, giving him a tough time looking to get it back. Larson hit that one off of De Silva there. It's loose at the red line, sent down the ice by Majira, and it'll be Mora again. The C on his chest. Can they make a big play? They'll have to pull Alves Thomas at some point if they can't score soon. And by soon, that's like the next 90 seconds, not even 90. That's generous as we got 3 minutes to go. You expect a timeout to be called at some point too by LaSalle. Here's Rihanna, and that's going to be offside against the Rams here with 2:52 to go. So this game, it's not going to definitively give either team a higher seed. There's also the RPI, which is this long equation that ranks teams based on strength of victory. Victories against common opponents, which is everybody in Division I plays the same teams, and more to unfold there. But from a point standpoint, winner of this game will have 2 more points than the other, with 1 more game left tomorrow. And Moses Brown, we saw Smithfield play them very tough and have the lead for almost the whole game until the 3rd period. In the opening game of the year, they're going to meet in the last game of the year too. This one goes out of play again into the Quaker bench. And LaSalle against a Pilgrim team that has not done anything formidable this season here in Smithfield tomorrow. So still more to unpack. 2:40 to go from Smithfield. They turn it over. Andrian has it. They're going to just kill some clock along with creating some offense. Pierce Andrian gives it up. Bethune in the corner. I think that's Bethune. Rather, he's up top. And it's ripped away out of the pile by Quinn Peterson. They had numbers here for a second. Pearson did not have a good pass there. Andrian crosses the blue line. Andrian gives up. Majira shot saved. Trailing was Majira and Alves Thomas with a big-time stop. Just a classic defensive battle between these two teams. I mean, it was scoreless after the first. Only one goal in the second from Moses Brown, and then the Quakers got on the board first, and you just saw the LaSalle goal here in the third. And only 3 goals were scored the first time these two teams met. Looking to be a similar outcome here today. Unless someone can make a play. Omacholi, and at some point Alves Thomas will have to come out. It's not going to be just yet. Feedy gets it back in the neutral zone. Majira sends it down the ice. Garofalo. Now Alves Thomas is walking up. Down the ice, Peterson gives it back to Gaudreau. Omacholi dances with it. Omacholi looking inside. This one's taken away by Majira. The clock ticks down to 1:20. Here's Garofalo. Coming near side, Garofalo centering pass for Omacholi got blocked and slapped down the ice. First one there is Wilco Rossi, who shot. He got one off. A backhander hits the side of the net. Paller gives it up. Andrian shot save. Rebound, Carosi whiffed on it. Still alive for Paller and Andrian. 55 seconds remain. LaSalle's got to get it out of there if they want to have a chance. Moses Brown will have to hold on to it if they want to win this game. And now it's back with LaSalle. And it's De Silva down the ice for J.D. Plant. Plant gave it up. And Alves Thomas has not left the penalty, has not left the net. Now Mora just hugs his man, and now it's De Silva. De Silva got it poked away. 15 seconds left. Here from Smithfield, Moses Brown. Can they do it? It's an empty net now. And it will be no icing. Mora with 5 seconds. Moses Brown has come to Smithfield, and they've beaten LaSalle. 2-1 your final. Alan Chaffee, the sophomore, with the biggest game of his high school career up to this point. And the Quakers have put themselves in sole possession of third place here in Division I. What a win. LaSalle losing their second game of the week. They fall to 8-5 on the season in league play. Moses Brown, a huge win. They avoid getting swept in the season series by the Rams, and they get their 9th victory of the year, up to 18 points now on the season. So we'll see you guys next time. We got LaSalle and Pilgrim tomorrow on Fans Only Sports, then Moses Brown against Smithfield tomorrow as well. Got Tim Ean and Charlie Adams on the calls for those games respectively, but that's it from us tonight. The Quakers with a huge win on the road. They do it against Smithfield, and they have shifted the Division I Rhode Island High School landscape tonight in ice hockey. We'll see you guys next time for some Rhode Island High School hockey here on Fans Only Sports Network. Tomorrow, we'll be back for some more.